What we're gonna do right here is go back, way back.
Going way back till the early days. Rockin' it.
Got fresh stuff.
Money beat. You know how we give it, party people suck. Funky to listen to.
Y'all ready for this?
I'm going way
Back. It's the Going Way Back show with Money B.
Money B.
Your home for classic hip hop, raw and uncut. Yeah, let's get this music going. Yeah, bump that.
These
what is
guys.
that?
Nah.
Right? And today is Nate Dogg's birthday,
yes,
right?
Yes, it is. Happy birthday, Nate.
Just found that out. Thanks, Don Juan and
Don
Edie.
Juan. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
And I hope you guys just checked out the Real Talk Show with Edie, Don, and your homie Don Juan.
Right.
And of course, stay tuned after the show because DJ King Assassin will be on.
For sure.
But right now, you got your boy Money B.
Money B.
You got the Silver Fox that rocks. DJ always in
What
the
up,
building.
kid? How you
And
feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. You
Good.
know, today's been a nice day.
How's little man?
Little man's doing well.
Yeah.
You know, his vocal cords are definitely working well.
Is he hitting that piercing note?
Man,
in the
he's
ear?
hitting it. Especially right around 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. That's about
Is that feeding time?
That's
feeding time.
That's right around feeding time. 6 a.m. So, you know, I'm kind of like on that schedule. I got the late shift.
That's right. Yep.
I usually turn it in around 7 a.m. Get a couple.
Really?
Man, for real. You know, he kind of on the schedule though. It's kind of dope because I know when he's gonna wake up and want to do it.
Exactly.
It's usually like sometime in the midnight-ish. Then it's like 3 o'clock-ish.
So it's every 3 hours.
It's not though. Sometimes he might wake up at 2, but then he'll want to eat again at like 3:30.
Wow.
Like those are the hours. But then the last one, like around 5:36,
Nice.
is when he wants to stay up. And that's
He's like, it's morning. Let's go.
Yeah, that's
It's
when you
time
want to
start
kick
the
it.
day.
So we do it like that.
That's
But
good,
it's
man.
all good. You know,
Good to
we
hear.
a team, damn it.
Yes. Family.
Just like we a team.
Family.
You know, speaking of team, the homie Maxwell Benson just walked in the crib.
What up,
Maxwell
Max?
Info. What up, Max?
How you feeling, kid? Not impressed.
Well, I like your hairstyle. Did you get a haircut? Or
Got gel.
Did you get some new gel or something?
Not impressed. Got gel
I
in
think
his
Maxwell
hair.
got some new gel. Of course, you see the empty chair. My other co-host, Ty Teasy, is not in the building, but she will
I
be
miss
soon.
time.
Right? And, you know, I'm a little disappointed because my guest today was supposed to be Kumo D. You know, I was going to surprise you guys, and he was going to come through, but he called me, which I'm, right? But I'm happy for Kumo D because he just got added to the Master of Ceremonies tour with DMX, Rakim, EPMD, Naughty by Nature, Biz Markie,
Yes.
Big Daddy Kane, Special Ed.
Nice.
Dope tour.
Kane's making a big comeback, man. I've been seeing him all over the place.
I mean, this tour is rocking.
Yeah,
He's doing well.
Killing it.
And I assume that it's doing very well because they're adding dates and they're adding acts to the tour. So shout out to everybody I just mentioned. You know, much success.
Money B's available.
That's right. I wish Digital Underground was on that thing.
Hello.
But you know, that's another story. We're gonna talk about that shit
Right.
later, man. What about you, man? What's been up with you though? How's your
Let me
week?
see. My week was cool. I've been helping Speedy, a comedian friend of mine.
Comedian friend Speedy.
Yeah, coach's basketball team. You know that his son's on, and we had a game on Saturday and we won. It was cool.
So when they start losing, do we tell jokes? Like, come on, motherfucker. Your mama's so big. She can't shoot a free throw,
You know.
motherfucker.
Try to get the other team laughing. Yeah, so they won the game, and
So I was
they were
high
all
off
happy.
cocaine.
You stupid.
Telling kids dirty ass Richard Pryor jokes and shit. See, I know Speedy. I know the kind of shit he be talking about.
Right.
You know, he probably be bringing naked women in the locker room and everything. If they win.
Nah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
No?
But yeah, these kids is, you know, they have a hard time shooting for some reason. Like they get in the game, you know, and they freeze up and they go one direction. So we're
Right.
trying to get them out of that habit. And you know, it's a bit rough, but they're starting to open their eyes. And he was very fortunate to bring the kids to a camp by Ryan Hicks, who does a lot of balling stuff out here and balling for kids. And so he able to get the kids over there, and they're kind of open their eyes for everything.
Right.
So it was cool.
Well, I know the technique how to teach kids how to play hoop. When they miss a shot, kick them in the nuts. I bet you.
Yeah, make the shot.
After a while, they start making them
making
shits.
that shot.
For real. So, one thing I do want to mention is, everybody's on this, the ALS ice bucket challenge.
Yeah.
So
I just saw mine.
Right. So obviously I got involved, and initially it was a prank. I had my dog, and I kind of threw some water on him.
Which was cool. I like that.
Which was dope.
That was funny.
Did you see that one?
That was funny.
On my Facebook page?
Oh, you gotta check it out. Check it out, Facebook page.
But then my
man.
nephew did it, and then he challenged me to do it as well. So I was like, I got to do it for real. So, I go do it. Now, you're in your house.
Yes.
And I got like ice trays in my freezer. I don't got
right.
So I emptied out all my ice trays. I did the ice bucket challenge. Motherfuckers got the nerve to be like, man, you ain't got enough ice in your bucket and all that
I
old
saw the comments.
I'm
Do
like,
2 buckets.
But mind you, all the motherfuckers who ain't never did the ice bucket challenge anyway.
Okay.
Let me see your ice bucket challenge.
Thank you.
Until I see your wet ass
shit.
on whatever, don't say shit to me. I did that for my nephew. So
yeah,
that's
I'll get mine
up.
together and I'll post mine. And
yeah, but I did challenge DJ Always.
Yes, he did.
And Maxwell to do the ice bucket challenge. So from what I understand, you have 24 hours.
Yes.
To do it, or you got to make a donation, or do both if you want to. So I feel like you probably want to do it.
I'm about to do this.
Yeah, you got to
make a donation too.
You got to get them silver locks wet, DJ Always. And Maxwell, you can put more gel in your hair after you do the damn challenge. So don't come with me with that white boy shit. Talk about this too. I just put this gel.
Cold. I just got my haircut.
I just got my super cuts. Do they still got super cuts?
I think
they do.
They
got another like $8 spot too. I probably
it's fast cuts.
Fast cuts.
It's terrible.
That'll be $8. Who's next?
$8. Who's next?
So anyway, like I said, I had to make a sort of a U-turn when Kumo D said he couldn't come.
Correct.
And so first thing that came to my mind, and always he actually helped me with this. We were thinking, there's a lot going on with the whole Mike Brown shooting issue. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
The cat that got shot in Ferguson, Missouri, and the protesting that's going on out there, and there's other incidents. Like somebody actually got shot this morning in Ferguson.
Are you serious?
Yeah, a cop shot somebody during a protest. So there's more shootings out there. There's more protesting. The thing that happened with the cat in New York not too long ago when he got choked out.
Yeah.
And so it's just a lot of unrest, and it got me to thinking, like, where are the activists in hip hop? The guys, because you normally, back in the day when something like this would happen, we'd be right at the front line,
PE,
talking about
right
it, making music about it, protest right there with the protesters.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that there probably are, but I'm talking about, us as mainstream artists, we had more of a voice when it came to speaking out on things.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying?
And don't get, and like you said, don't get you wrong. There are artists that are out there that are putting songs out, but we're talking about the artists that are constantly active in this movement.
Right.
Not just when something happens, put the song out and then try to get attention. These people, Public Enemy, X-Clan, Paris, Professor Griff, all these people, this was their message. This was their movement when they were in hip hop.
Right, and that that it was just as important as music to get the message across.
Exactly.
So we're just going to kind of go back and kind of revisit some of the groups that were expressing their voice. You know what I'm saying? As far as what was happening at the time, and then we'll just talk about who we think is even close to doing that, and if we think that there's some people that should actually pick it up. So Professor Griff from Public Enemy is supposed to call in, so we're going to get a call from him a little later on in the show. My man JS Global Entertainment is going to come through, because we actually have a showcase for young talent coming up really soon that I'm involved with.
So I saw that post.
So we want to get the youth involved. So, you know, we're going to have a full show.
Let's do this.
So let's take a break. What's the first video? We got
Holla
If You Hear Me. Tupac. Now, Tupac was one that was also, you know, even though he's known for Death Row and all that, he was always involved.
Very active.
You know what I'm saying? And he was, you know, I don't know if you remember Twila Browley.
Yes.
That whole thing. Just Tupac was always involved.
Right.
So this is Holla If You Hear Me, and this is about, man, don't lay down when the cops start busting.
That's right,
Bust
damn it.
back, motherfuckers. That's right. That was Self-Destruction by Stop the Violence
Yes.
crew.
Stop the Violence.
Now, quick trivia. Who produced that track?
D Nice and KRS-One.
That's right.
Yes.
You guys didn't know D Nice was nice.
D Nice is, man.
He was nice on the production.
Doing it.
Got a
Doing
little
it
bad
well.
news. Griff just hit me up. He ain't gonna be able to hit us till it's late.
man.
Everybody kind of flanking out on me tonight, man. What is it? Do my breath stink? Fuck is his friend tonight? I can't believe it.
That is crazy.
But it's all good. You know,
We
my
have
guy
the-
Darius McCrary might come in and holler. You know,
Oh, Darius, cool.
Speak on the subject. But let's talk more about it. You know, like I said, we was talking about Mike Brown and the shooting in Ferguson, Missouri. Now, the thing that's, I guess, the controversy or the interesting thing about it is that there are conflicting stories of what actually happened. You know, the people on the streets, you know, speaking, saying that, you know, the cop antagonized the situation, told them to come back, you know, made them stop, get out the street or whatever it was.
Right.
And he basically invoked the whole incident. Then there's another lady called in and kind of like corroborating with what the cop said.
Right.
And I don't know. I'm more apt to believe the majority of the people that are talking, saying that the cop kind of like went overboard with it. But then the other thing is they're saying that he was a suspect in a robbery at a store.
Yeah, but notice how that came out like
Yeah.
a day or two after everything happened and started escalating. That's like, you know, okay, you're trying to cover your tracks, and it's not going to work.
Well, you know, my whole thing is that it really doesn't have anything to do with the other thing.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter
really.
just because, you know, you can't say after the fact, oh, he was a suspect or he looked like this guy that's in
Right.
the photos.
And even if he did, that warrants 6 shots and killing him?
Yeah,
No.
now you told me something that I didn't know. He got shot 6 times, and tell me everywhere he got shot.
That was the autopsy report. They said reported 6 shots, 2 to the face or 2 to the head, and then the rest of the 4 in the body. I think he had 1 in his arm. The other were under his arm, so he had his hands up
Right.
on his, I guess, on his right side or on one of the sides under the arm.
Okay.
And then 1 was shot in the eye, and then there was another on the top of the head. And everybody sat there trying to say, well, on the top of the head, well, that's the one he got when he was falling down. He was still shooting while he was falling. You know, it's terrible.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. And if you're out there listening and you want to call in and speak on the situation, the number here, 855-878-4652. Please call us. We want to hear what you have to say on the subject. But, you know, let's go back. Like we were saying, like, you know, back in the day, like saying like the late 80s, early 90s, there would have been a plethora of MCs that would have stepped to the front and been like at the head of this thing. And
There would have been another one of these songs out. One of the self-destruction songs.
Right away.
and Off top.
Yeah.
Actually, it probably would have been done a while ago.
And what's crazy about that is, you know, it wasn't, you know, people think of Public Enemy and KRS-One and X-Clan, but to be honest, everybody was really about that. You know what I mean? Back then, and it was crazy because I remember the whole thing when everybody used to wear like the black African medallions
Man.
or whatever.
No go.
Remember that?
No go.
Right? Look, she over there like, yeah, she had her dashiki and all that shit.
Sister Soldier over there.
Right? Sister Soldier was in the house.
She was doing it too.
What was a trip about that? Like I think I may have had one little.
Did you have one?
I think I had one, but I never went overboard, and the only reason being is that I always felt like a lot of times when people would go overboard and wear all that stuff, it was because they were happy that they were just gaining that knowledge of self. You know what I mean? Just
They were a
learning
part
about
of something.
themselves.
Yeah, they could be a part of something.
So
too,
normally,
yeah.
no, it was people that were, college age kids. They got into college and started learning about Black history and about themselves, and they were proud to know about it.
Right.
The one thing about me is that I kind of grew up knowing about it because
you have history.
Yeah, because how I grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And people don't know. My father was in the Black Panther Party, so I always was raised knowing about Black history and
That's
about
right.
where we came from and what we were.
Who gave you your diploma? What diploma?
Huey P. Newton handed me my
That's
diploma
right.
in
That's
elementary
right.
school. I got to get that picture from
We
my
got to
mom.
get that picture, man. I'm telling
When
you.
I get it, I'll bring it in.
Please.
But no, so, when I would hear people talk about these things, I thought everybody knew that growing up.
Right.
It surprised me that people were just learning about their own history. But, I ain't.
You were one of the fortunate ones that were around everything right when it was happening.
Right.
So you had the knowledge of it, firsthand.
But let me tell you, my favorite, and I'm going to ask you who your favorite was. My favorite was, I think, KRS-One. And I liked, and it's funny, and when we talk about it, I like Just Ice, even though Just Ice wasn't like a pro nothing. But, he was down with KRS-One.
That's
He used
right.
to be on those songs and everything.
That's right.
And it's funny when you talk about Public Enemy, KRS-One, and even the Just Ice, when Boogie Down Productions first came out, their album was Criminal Minded. And, they songs was 9mm and the pussy is free.
You know?
You feel me? They wasn't on no pro-black nothing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until Scott LaRock got shot, he kind of switched up everything, which I'm fine with that. And, KRS-One kind of explained that he had to come in and kind of show that he was one of us with the whole Criminal Minded and having
Right.
the guns on the album cover.
By any means necessary.
Well, on Criminal Minded, they had the guns. Like
That's
they
right.
Was,
That's right.
Like
That's
they were
right.
sitting
That's
at the dope
right. Yeah.
table, counting the money and doing whatever.
That's right. That's right.
So he's like,
That's right.
yo, he's like, I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm real, just like y'all. And then once I got your attention,
He came out with the
then
by
give
any
you
means necessary.
the
That's
information.
right.
Same
Yeah.
thing with Public Enemy. They came out with my 98. The 9-8 posse. My 98 Oldsmobile.
Everybody has the tracks that they did to get on.
Yeah, Yo Bum Rush the Show was really about partying. He kind of threw it in there.
He sure did.
And PE and Chuck was kind of like from the beginning. They kind of was about it, but it's just funny how even back then you kind of had to get in it and kind of ingratiate yourself or be like make the people feel like they're a part of you.
Right.
Before they could do it. Now, on the
Make them-
flip
yeah.
side of that, you had Tupac, who came in the game straight with the message and political. Tupacalypse Now was all about, about speaking for the community and kind of uplifting the community or whatever.
Right.
And then from there, he kind of flowed into his street side.
Party dance.
Party Jam, Street Side. And and everybody said, I even had my artist, Lil Mikey, the Money Boy, shout out. He was like, yeah, how Pac came in like this, and then after he got in the game, he started to act like this. Well, no, Pac was always the same way.
Right.
It's just that he wanted to get his message across from the beginning.
Right.
And as his career grew and time went by, he injected more of his self into the music. You know what I mean?
Right. Just got a message from Tanteezy.
What's she saying?
She said T.I. wrote an open letter to Missouri.
T.I. did?
T.I. did, yeah. I saw T.I. and Nelly were both involved in what was going on over there and
Really?
talking about what's happening.
Well, I'm sure Nelly would probably
Yeah.
be the person that'd be closest and able to make an impact with what he said, being that he is from St. Louis. He's from Missouri.
That's right.
He's right there. And, I don't know the demographic of Ferguson, but I'm assuming that it's probably a inner city or majority black town. It looked like it just from the footage that I've seen.
Well, apparently the police force only has like 2 or 3 black people on there.
Right, but the main guy that they put on TV to talk about it is like the one black cop.
He grew up there. And like I was telling you outside, I was like, I just hope that he understands the gravity of the position that he's stepping into, and not trying to do it as, a for now, and be the front figure. I hope he gets something more out of this. Like becomes a chief of police, or it's not just. I hope he sees that.
For being the front nigga?
Yeah. Yeah.
We need a nigga face. Get on TV.
You're elected. You used to live here. Get in there.
Right? Batter up. Yeah, I seen it. I wasn't buying it, man. I was just looking at it like, for real. Put the chief of police on TV.
He was hiding behind the black guys.
What?
Oh, dude, they did interviews, and you see interviews, and you see the black officers that they pulled in from the state.
Oh, really?
The state
and
police.
The chief of Ferguson is like
doing
there.
the interview in between their shoulders. It's crazy.
Like my best friend's a black guy. All right, we gotta take a break. We'll be back, but this next song we're gonna play was a political message in its own right, and it's kind of like how I'm feeling right now. This is N.W.A. Fuck the police, right here. Hey, give him some sauce. My man John, JS Global
What's up?
Entertainment in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Well, I'm not sure how much radio and live streaming you do, but you kind of got to sit up and talking to the mic. I know you're cool and all, but you can't lay back like that.
Right.
I know you're a laid back motherfucker,
Yeah.
but you gotta sit your ass up and talking to the mic. That's how we do it here on the Going Way Back show. DJ King Assassin, I see you back there. What up, family?
What's up, kid?
Yeah, make sure y'all stay tuned because DJ King Assassin is up next. Part of the triple threat that we got
guy's
going
been
on
everywhere
here at T Radio V. But JS, man,
Talk to me.
how you doing?
I'm good, man.
Now, we just saw The Message by Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5. Now, from what I know, that was the first Message song, the song with a powerful message. Before that, everything was about partying and kicking it and just about the club and bragging and boasting.
And saying ho.
And yeah, make everybody say ho. Yeah. And who don't love hoes?
Right?
Who don't love hoes?
I don't know one person.
Yeah, everybody love hoes. So, but I was just tripping off of that, telling JS that, you watch the video, and back then all the rappers, they wanted to dress like rock stars.
Right.
So they would wear the spikes and the gloves and the tassels on the leather suits and everything, and
that's what it was
and
about.
the boots with heels and all this shit. And it wasn't until Run DMC came along, who were actually from a suburb that dressed like the inner city kids really dress.
Exactly. Like
and
you're
it kind of set them apart. They dressed regular, even though they were, like I said, they were from Holliston at the time, where they were from was like a suburb. You know what I mean? They were from a middle class neighborhood, but they dressed and represented the style of the b-boy, how you regularly dressed.
Exactly.
Whereas before that, your Grandmaster Flashes, Fearless Force, shout out to Tito, they would all dress rock stars and try to have these stage Commodore-ish outfits. Commodore-ish. Barcade-ish. Or whatever. But JS, my guy.
What's up?
What it do?
Up? Man, this should be the Keeping It Real show, because you don't pull no punches, man. You really speak your voice, so
why not?
With respect to the Going Way Back show, thanks again for having me here.
Yeah, it ain't like I can get fired.
Yeah. Unless you fire yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
The wifey.
So, hey man, just tell me what you want me to speak on. That's what I'm here for, man. You
hear what the conversation is about.
Yeah.
What's your take on just the whole situation with Mike Brown and just the rash of, and tell me, with all this things happening with the police, you know what I mean? It's like, I call it police brutality, police taking advantage of their position.
Abuse of authority. Sure.
Basically.
Like that.
You said it. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm stepping out of my realm, because everybody who know me, they know me as JS Global CEO.
Friend of police?
No.
He said I'm stepping out of my realm. I think you 5-0.
Stepping out of my realm of entertainment, and now we're into the political arena, which, people like to stay neutral. But you know what? at some point we all got to rise up and we got to make it simple and plain. You know what I mean? If it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it must be a
duck.
So, I think, the civil unrest that's going on around the country, I'm going to be real, it's necessary. It is necessary. Sometimes people don't understand just talk. They understand the reaction better than just conversation. So sometimes it takes that. If you think back in history, as a people, there's always been a sacrificial lamb. Right. Someone basically had to take the first punch in order for us to win the battle. Right. Like back in the day when Rosa Parks had to, be humiliated, arrested for refusing to sit in the back of the bus.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, we all have to take sacrifice. My question is, now, who's going to be the sacrificial lamb today? Who's going to step up and risk everything, put it out on the line, risk their fame, their stardom, their political career maybe, you know what I mean? And just say this shit wasn't right. You know what I mean? Somebody fucked up. And heads got to roll,
Well, who do you think it's going to be?
Money B.
It's going to be
Money B, shit, man. I'm looking for a new gig, man, so I figure.
You know what? I wouldn't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's going to have to be somebody with a large enough platform. You know what I mean? For real. Like somebody that's when I say a large enough platform, I mean like your Beyonce, Jay-Z, like somebody that's
to fill your shoes.
Not to fill my shoes. When you say I should be the one to speak, I'm saying the person that speaks on it should be heard by the masses.
Oh, absolutely.
And so unless, you know what I mean, and this is not to say that they don't or they won't and to put anything on them, but until somebody like a Kanye who has spoken out before, or Jay or Bay or somebody on that level speak out, your dilated peoples, your immortal techniques, like we were saying, Lupe to some extent.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll make the impact or be heard unless it's somebody that's.
Kanye has been one.
Yeah,
he has been pretty consistent with his.
Right.
I mean, he came out with Black Slaves.
Black Slaves. He did the what he was like, president don't like black people.
Yeah, right.
Right. I feel all that, but the only thing about Kanye, sometimes he acts so nutty otherwise that it kind of like washes out some of his message.
Exactly.
Because he acts like
that's
a
why nobody takes him serious.
Sometimes.
It's his delivery, the way he comes across, what he has to say. Right.
He be getting real feminine sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean. So JS.
Yeah. So.
Let's talk about what you got going on and what we got going on, because we basically started a partnership. We got the talent showcases and other things that we're planning to do. So why don't you tell the people a little bit about what we got going on?
Okay, solid. So me and Money B, we crossed paths recently. I think it was at the Masters of Ceremony concert.
Great
We're
concert.
both in VIP. I went up, saluted my man because he was there. Back in the day. They were funking it all the way. And it was felt back in Detroit, where I'm from, by the way. But
shout out to the D.
Props to LA, been out here, have my life, I represent. But Eric B. and Rakim said it well. It ain't where you from.
That's where you at.
That's right. So, but what we got going on is, everybody know that I founded my company on the basis that I wanted to support up-and-coming talent.
Right.
So my name is JS Global, is the extension.
CEO.
Only because CEO, whatever that means. Nobody pays me. I haven't gotten a check with that name on it, but it's all good. But the thing is about it is, global means I don't represent people from Detroit, artists just from Detroit. I don't represent artists just from LA. Music is much bigger than that, and I try to tell that and express that to the artists that I showcase. Get out of that box. Music is a global language that we all speak, so that's why I'm JS Global. And I'm trying to just get that message out, and every artist I work with, I try to instill that. But what we got going on is this not this week, but I think in about 2 Saturdays, August 30th.
August 30th.
Yeah, in Beverly Hills, your man Money B.
Matter of fact, we got the flyer.
We got the flyer. Can we put that up there? Show them what we got.
The showcase flyer.
Yeah.
But go ahead and continue to talk. They'll get it together.
It's coming straight from the underground because you guys tune into the radio every day. You hear the same songs in rotation. You know what I mean? All I can say is that almighty dollar is vicious. You know what I mean? So if you got that, you can have your stuff played.
What about the euro? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey man, you know what? Actually, the euro is stepping on the American dollar, so you know what I mean. You might want to get a few of those.
Keep the flyer up there. We're gonna talk about it a little more. So the showcase on August 30th. Of course, I'll be there. I'll be, evaluating talent,
Critiquing talent.
Just kind of being in the house, and I'll make myself available for any of the young and up and coming artists that want to come up and talk to me. Any advice that they want.
Exactly.
I'll share any story in the game. Most people always want to come up, want to talk about Tupac. I'll even do that. If you want to know.
I'm sure.
Because at one time we were where you guys were, or where they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I encourage everybody to come out. And as far as how you feel about it, what do you want the artists to most get out of these showcases? Like, what do you want them to leave with?
Well, everybody who's ever done a show with me.
Is there a prize?
Well, the prize is hopefully they'll leave with one more fan that they had before they came to the show and performed.
Okay.
That's what this is all about. A lot of artists on the unsigned level, they're gonna ask, what do I get out of it? You know what I mean? Do I get paid?
Right.
And my whole thing is you're being paid with your stage time, with your opportunity to get your music out there.
Right.
Because everybody know the industry is saturated right now with people trying to make it. You know what I mean? So that's important that they first understand what this is about and what the opportunity is before them, and have to take advantage of that. And it's great to have you come out because we've been booking artists all week.
Okay.
And so just looking in the eyes and seeing the glare on their faces because they know they're about to book a show where they have a chance to talk to you, Money B.
Right.
It's just amazing. People know of you, even the youngsters. It's a lot of people that do their research and they know of you, so they're eager. I mean, this show is like 95% booked up already.
Okay.
I mean, we're already working on the next one.
Right.
Nice.
We are.
Nice.
We are.
September,
As you should be.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and it's an ongoing thing that we're going to continue to do, and it's just going to get bigger and better. And each showcase, we're going to have different celebrity guests and artists that'll come through. They'll come through and critique just like we will, and some of them will perform. You know what I mean? And give a showcase as well. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more with JS Global, and we might have another special guest step on in. What we going to check out? It's Public Enemy. Can't Trust. In the building, DJ Always,
What's
JS
up,
Global
man?
Entertainment, and of course, my man just stepped in the building, Darius McCrary. What's up with your man?
Darius McCrary.
How you doing, man?
I'm feeling great, man.
Man, thanks for coming in and hollering at us.
Thank you for having me, fam.
So now we
It's
just
truly a
watched.
pleasure.
We're all in the same gang, and you was telling us a story about it.
Yeah, man, I was just saying how amazing that was, man. I remember that feeling that I had when I saw all of those entertainers and rappers unite together for good,
Yeah.
Right.
For them to have that positive message, people we looked up to,
Yep.
Innovators and pioneers that they were and are still.
Yes.
And it was just so amazing. And you asked me if I was able to hang out on the video shoot. I actually had an invite, but my mother, man, she was one of the coldest stage mothers in the game. I missed out on a lot of bullshit, man. I really did.
You really got invited to that?
I did, man. I got a chance to hang out. But I was telling everybody out there earlier in the green room, saying King Assassin. I was saying that when everybody wanted to be a thug,
Right.
I was trying to be a rock star. I always knew how to stay in my lane.
Okay.
So I was never in the, trying to be hard. I was always trying to figure out how to pull.
But even as a child, you was working. Now, when did you start working in the game, actually?
I was about 9 years old.
And what was the first job?
The first job was a feature film. It was a feature film called Big Shots, produced by Ivan Reitman, the producers of Ghostbusters. And then from there went on to Mississippi Burning, with Gene Hackman, Willem Dafoe. It was coincidentally, all of this happened because of music.
Right.
My family, the McCrarys,
Okay.
are
Famous.
deep in the world of music. I mean, my aunts alone have sang on more hit records than there are hairs on my mofo hawk.
Give me some.
Good morning, evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I've serious news to pass on to everybody.
Show off.
Something.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Love and need a love, you
Book 'em,
know.
Money B.
Right.
But that's what we grew up listening to.
And speaking of that, you got a band right now that's doing big things.
Yes, yeah.
So tell us about your band.
The name of the band is Mofo, because any time that we show up, we give you mo for your money.
Nice.
You know.
I thought it was for motherfuckers.
Okay.
Well, we've been known
Y'all
to
some
do
bad
that.
motherfuckers.
We've been known to be that too.
Motherfuckers, too.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, man, it's kind of a collaborative effort, man. we've all had a chance to play in different genres of music.
Okay.
So we just all come together and we bring, whatever it is that we've experienced in other lanes onto this musical highway that we've jumped on together, and it's a smorgasbord and hodgepodge of love, man. It feels good, and that's what it is, and that's what music was back in the day.
Right.
Man. I mean, shoot, man. When I listen to your verses, man. When I listen to
say it louder.
When I listen, man. Seriously, when I listen to Digital Underground, man. Seriously, man. You guys have serious jazz influence.
Yeah.
You guys have serious soul influence, man.
Funk.
It's the funk. I mean, it's not just any one thing, man. And that's what makes it and has made it so special, and it's put you guys in the legendary category, man. With
Appreciate it.
Hey, it's real talk, man. I ain't just saying this because you're my brother from another. It's real,
Right.
man. It's serious. It's a vibration and intonation that you guys capture, man.
Vibration and intonation.
Yeah, man. And I hate to say it, but we don't reach for that anymore. We don't try to attain that.
Well, that was my next question. So, what are there any hip hop acts right now that you're listening to that you feel have just any kind of message, that positive message?
You know what,
forward?
man? I love
Or a relevant message.
I felt like one of the last messages to me was when Kanye's "New Slave."
We just was talking about that.
Dude, that was like wow. And I will say,
Right.
J. Cole, "Crooked Smile."
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
do dig that, and that is a message to stay in your lane. Like I said, when everybody was trying to be a thug, I was trying to be a rock star. I would tell cats they be mean mugging everybody. I said, man, do you see these chicks?
I deal with it at every show. That's the truth, man. That's the truth.
I think we must be related. That was
Same thing.
I'm like, why are you so angry, man? Who are you
Right.
mad at? And what are you
Right.
trying to prove,
What did I
man?
do?
What did I do, man? Look at her.
yeah. I was always trying to party in my songs because you know what? Whatever you talk about, you kind of bring that energy to you.
Bring it to
So if you always talking gangster shit, you probably gonna run into some gangster shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to deal with some gangster shit eventually.
Hey,
So-
you asked me to give you a bar. I sang "Love's in Need of Love."
Right. And I always thought about if I talked about kicking it and partying and getting women, that eventually some of that might happen to me
Show up.
once or twice.
You know?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
man.
feel you totally. Man, so it's almost time for us to get out here.
Wow.
So real quick,
So quick.
Darius, please let everybody know where they can find you on social media and where they can, find any information about your music.
Hey, man, I do it because I was born to, not because I want to be rich or famous. So I did not change my name. It is Darius McCrary, at Darius McCrary on Twitter, Darius McCrary on Instagram, Darius McCrary Facebook. And make sure that you guys know that McCrary is Irish.
Are you? got a little Irish in you. JS,
Hey,
give it to him.
simple. JS Global ENT on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Google it. JS Global Entertainment. Hey, shout out to the Sultry Group. The lovely Trisha Monique is in the studio with us. She's not on camera, but she's here in support.
She is lovely.
You guys, keep an eye on her. Remember that face.
Lovely.
And remember that leopard top. But yeah, we got a show August 30th, man. Can't wait. Money Bill be in the house, y'all.
Show that graphic one more time.
Shout out to tradiov.com. Appreciate y'all, DJ. Always.
Thank you,
Much
sir.
respect, man.
Appreciate
it, man.
Right.
If you want to get involved with the New Artist Showcase, you can hit
Yeah.
up JS. Raise it.
Oh,
Say- tell them.
JS
tell
Global, you guys.
Fire.
Google JS Global Entertainment.
JS
Get
Global.
at me on Twitter at JS Global ENT, Instagram at JS Global ENT. Holler at me. The email address is jsglobalent at gmail.com.
That's right. Come get down with us August 30th at the Brewdog Pub in
It's going to happen.
Beverly Hills, y'all.
Hey,
August
man,
30th.
that's real cool. You say say it again.
JS Global Entertainment.
That's dope, man. It sounds really cool, man. Right? It made me feel like a record is finna start or something, man.
You say it for me?
Right?
JS Global. I don't say it like you, man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
You know,
JS
I'm used to
Global.
it.
JS
And-
Global ENT.
JS Global ENT.
And what I was
JS Global
saying
ENT.
off camera is he actually looks like a black Mellow Man Ace.
You know, I know Mello and,
Hey,
and,
man,
and, and I don't
that's
start
my
no
guy.
trouble, man.
Thank you.
Look,
I said the
look,
same
look,
thing,
you know
right?
what?
He do,
Show the
right?
camera right here.
He
I
do.
love you, man. I love you.
Yeah, Mellow's my
we
guy
go.
because people say
That's my man.
people say me and Mellow look alike in some instances. But anyways, always let them know.
Love you, Mello.
Are always on Twitter and at Always in the Ear on Instagram. Follow me.
Of course, and if you need that dope photography, at Maxwell Info. Hey Max, they was trying to steal me from under you.
I know, right?
I was like, Max is my guy.
Maxwell.
I ride or die with Maxwell Benson at Maxwell Info. Of course, Ton Teezy's not here, but you can follow her at Ton TON_Teezy. That's TON_Teezy. And check out the Going Way Back Show YouTube channel for the old school new news and archives of this show. And if you want to follow me on all social media, at MoneyB69. That's all you got to do. At MoneyB69. And I'm there. All right?
All right.
So we're going to step out. I appreciate you guys joining me today.
Man, thank you,
Darius
man.
McCrary, JS
Right
Global.
on. Right on.
Always.
Yes, sir.
Every time.
All right.
I'm Money B.
Darius McCrary, man. We got to
And
work.
until next time, people,
We got to get you on the show
Be
hosting one
easy.
day, man.
Be
We gotta-
easy.
I'm out of here.
It's the Goin Way Back Show with Money B. Classic hip hop, raw and uncut.
Thanks for visiting the Goin Way Back Show channel. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and click that like button.